So here we are looking at the Yes Greats 2019, totally changed up. As you can see, it looks like either a moth is coming at you or two big ass eyes are staring at you, and it's kind of cool. And kind of see, you know, it's still here's the weird thing, it felt very similar to the old Greats still, even with this total upgrade. It actually, I was really afraid I wasn't going to like this, because I've ridden this Great so many years and had so much fun on it. But for some reason, unlike the Standard and the Ghost, this just did such a better job for my boot size. I had to go down to a 54, and I rode it against a 56, but it still felt great. And it's got a lot of cool upgrades that I really like. Biggest complaint with the old Greats was edge hold. And look at this mid-bite technology right here. And you can kind of see it on this side too. It's ASIM mid-bite. So on the toe side, which is this side, it's longer, and because you're ducked out like this, you know, you're riding the board like this. And then on the heel side, it's cut in. And man, I had some of the best switch riding of my year on this Greats. It just felt so stable and fast for a 54. It felt so mountain freestyle. It didn't feel like before, when I'd go from a 56 Greats to a 54, I felt more like a park board. Just going down those 2 centimeters, just felt softer, more buttery, more playful. Going from the 56 I tried on the mountain at a demo, then got a good amount of time on this, like 4 days, 4 days on this, and man, it was super fun. In 56 and 54, but I preferred the 54 a little better. It just turned quicker. I don't know why, but here you have a nice black base with some fun on ink stuff, and it's very smooth and very fast. You can see the camber profile here. My table's a little warped. It looks a little higher to me than it does to you when I lay it flat. This side's higher and this side's a little lower, but it's kind of just a mellow camber between the feet, going to a mellow rocker. But you add this this mid-bite technology, this ASIM mid-bite technology, you get way more grip than the old Greats, and just, you know, it was just way more fun to ride in harder conditions. Like earlier today when I was up on the hill, this was so much more fun to ride, because once the powder was kind of scraped away, there was just like about 2 inches of powder, and once that was scraped away, there was really hard snow underneath, and this just held like a champ, where the Greats let go, the old Greats let go. This is an ASIM board, so you really don't want to do anything other than ride centered, really. I mean, you can set it back and it's not terrible, but it starts to get a little different. The personality changes as you get off this. It's meant to be ridden like this. This is the heel side. You're supposed to be ducked out. You know, or let's just pretend it's the other way, but you're supposed to ride it like this, perfectly duck, perfectly centered, and then the board comes alive. The more you change, you know, your stance, the less it reacts properly. And when you set it back, it gets a little weird too. It's all doable, but it's just, you know, this board's made for, you know, riding switch as much or more than you do regular. So, you know, setting it all the way back, I think you're looking at like, what was it? 22. And then, you know, you're kind of looking at 20 there. Kind of looking at 18 here, so you're only getting 2 inches back on board, which is not much. So, I mean, all in all, this Greats just really blew me away. I really was worried I wasn't going to like it, but I loved it. I like it as much or more than the old Greats, and you know, it's got a little bump and edge hold. I think if it had more of a jackpot waist width, it would have been like my dream board, but it's still pretty much up there with being my dream board. It's pretty amazing and fun, and I want to own one and I want to ride one. I'm just kind of debating, like, do I get the 51 or do I get the 54? Where before it was just get the 56. The 56 is great. It works perfect for me. But now I just like with the size 9 boot, I feel like kind of sizing down. And with the volume and the width of this board, it handles the mountain still like a champ. It's super fun. So anyways, there you have it. The Yes Greats 2019.